time. Now, balance on delivery, the Thais were far better at. There's still quite a bit balance on delivery by the UK lads, but a balance after delivery is where a lot of the times the UK lads are much less. The Thais were off balance, and these were the winners of the fight. So this was, I only took the winners of those fights, so it would be the ones who win. So in a sense, this again, just to say, footwork's very important. Just a little example. This again a long time ago. Pinsin Chai camp. This is Thailand Pinsin Chai and Burger Pinsin Chai. Jim, good friend really, Thailand. These are just showing that balance is important. Yeah, balance, position's important. Doesn't mean you can't move quickly, but its position's important. Now, besides these actual, does the shot hit? There are other things that the judges look for to see who's the stronger boxer. And so things like if a boxer can't get thrown down when the leg's caught, one, the leg kick lands, so that's scored. They catch over and they can't kick their opponent down. It means they're not as strong as the opponent in the judges' eyes in that exchange. So the one thing that used to happen with Dutch fighters a long time ago, actually showed some fights between some very good fighters, very good Dutch fighters, and some legendary Thai fighters at the time. The difference between the fighters often is when they got the leg caught, the Dutch fighters are really almost deliberately dropping on the floor not to get hit. And that's actually a foul. You try and stand up and you try and, if you can, stay strong and show that you're not giving up and dropping on the floor and sort of turning your back.
Yeah. So if you catch someone's kick but you do something other than try and sweep their leg, like hit them in the face,
you've got to score them. So if you're just not doing anything, it's not really, in other words, you've got to be doing something better than that single kick to the body.
Yeah, so the catch itself doesn't get...
The catch itself doesn't get scored. So what you do afterwards does. What you do afterwards does really. So getting your head pulled down, for example, is another example of, if you're in the fight and you're getting your head pulled down, you can't stop it. That's already can swing the fight. You can't defend against that. You're not strong enough to defend against it. And there are many techniques to stop getting your head pulled down. And a boxer who gets so tired they can no longer keep position. So famous fight really between Samar Pak, who's a brilliant boxer, and I'm trying to think he's a bloody fought Damien Trainer and try after one channel they fought, and Samar was winning quite clearly to start with, but then whether he was gassed because he cut weight, I don't know, he gassed and he was really getting moved, and so the fight swung completely round. Within a couple of rounds, where Samar was quite far ahead, it switched around because he was just losing position, and that throws the fight away in essence. If you can't, it's not necessarily being tired physically, but it's being showing you tired by not being able to keep position in a sense. These are some clips of demonstrations of, just some clips I've put together, not necessarily the only things, but just some examples to sort of show you what they might be. Let's start again. So this is an example of not going down when you caught. So it's where it's Thailand Pinch Chai for fight Olympian title actually, and his opponent can't kick him over, and he can't do anything that's, in other words, he's showing that dominant, that he's not going over. He's showing his dominance in that exchange. So it's not necessarily, he's had to sort of, okay, I'm not going to carry on. Turning the back, unable to defend yourself. So this again was two Japanese and a South African boxer getting kneed. The referee's moving in and breaking afterwards, but he's got turn and he's cleanly getting kneed on the back quite cleanly, and he's showing that he can't defend himself really. He's just sort of not necessarily deliberately giving his back, but he's not losing position. The well Kongudon. So he's lost position to kick, so he's kicking, throws a punch off balancing, which is fine. Sort of manages to block and not lose position, punches, off balances him, and then finishes with a kick which off balances him even more. So that's a good score. Dean Jones, lad from our gym, fighting an Italian lad recently. But again, the Italian lad's losing position. He's not able to maintain his position. Again, another lad from our gym. So we've got quite a few clips from lads from our gym. So again, in a sense, the lad in the pink shorts is not able to, in the end, maintain position. He's moving on each other. So he's getting moved on the. And this is Liam Harrison moving his opponent with a body kick again. So this is a case of boxers demonstrating his strong. You know, sometimes you have, as a judge, obviously looking for these things. Often you don't see them if you're not used to looking at them until they're in slow motion. But and again, this is punches where Jordan's getting knocked back. Jordan's getting knocked back with punches. And obviously they've got to land, but they are landing and he's getting moved. You know, so he's losing position. Again, this is getting thrown by showing, again, he can't stop being thrown, he can't stop, he can't control his position enough, so he's getting thrown.